Welcome to the vlog. Just heading home against a nasty headwind, and actually left work kind of late. I had a late meeting, so this is actually be a short little vlog, but I at least wanted to give a quick update of what I'm doing, what today's training plan was. I was just going to skip it all together, but I figured if I keep it short, you know, uncut, just upload it, and that's what it is. So we'll give it a shot. But today's day 2 of my Strava training plan. And today was Stomps, so it's what Strava calls Stomps. So it's basically a seated sprint. So it's an hour-long session, and you warm up for 15-20 minutes. So you got plenty of time to get your legs nice and warmed up. I did one little just quick sprint during that warm up, just to get my heart rate up real quick, and then I'll also get my legs pumping. Get some blood flowing, and then you got right into it. So you're doing 10 reps of 12-second seated sprints. And then in between each 12-second sprint, you take a 2-minute break. So you're getting a ton of rest. But I guess the point is to just get that muscle memory in, to get you used to sprinting, returning back to a rest of 2 minutes. But basically what I did was I didn't just stop pedaling for 2 minutes. I got into my zone 2 like as soon as I could. I actually kind of stopped pedaling for a few seconds, maybe like 4 or 5 seconds, and then got into zone 2. Yeah, so basically I did 15 seconds as well. 12 seconds is kind of hard to count on a digital clock, so I just started on like a 0 or a 15, a 30, or a 45, and then I had usually did about a solid 10 seconds before I'd look down and then see how many more seconds had to go. So I did 15 seconds, so 12 seconds, not really a big deal, because in the end I actually ended up only doing, dropped my bag. I actually only ended up doing 9 sprints instead of 10, so I miscounted, but tomorrow I'm doing the same session, so hopefully I don't miscount. But yeah, so you do a solid warm-up, you do a 12, which I did 15-second sprints, and then you take a 2-minute rest, which I dropped it to zone 2 on my power, and then held that for 2 minutes, and then did it again. And it's a really quick session. So basically with the sprints and with your rest, it's a 20-25 minute workout, and then you do a solid 15-20 minute warm down after it, which I found was really beneficial. I wouldn't skip that. Once I got finished with the intervals, my legs did feel pretty weak. So I'm glad I didn't just turn around and head to work. I actually did another solid 15-20 minutes worth of warm down, and then by the time I got to work, my body cooled, my legs were kind of fresh, and then I was able to start the day real good. And I think with the really long rest in between, you're making sure you can get the most power out of you each time. So on about the first half, so about the first 5 intervals, I was holding about 700 to 750 watts, kind of averaged for that 15 seconds. And then it did start to drop after each interval, so I think I ended up on my last couple sprints averaging like 650 to 700. So basically anywhere from 50 to 100 watts less, which is quite a bit. I mean, that's a lot of power. So I can understand now why the rests were so long. Because while I was riding, I didn't really feel like I was giving less effort. Like, it didn't really feel like that much less power, because I was still suffering pretty good, giving it all I could. But I guess that's the point. And I really like going into Strava, so I'm trying out the premium version. Got bit by an ant. And I really like going into Strava at the end and going into your analysis tab, and then you can look at each little interval, kind of zoom in, and then you can see what your average power is for each interval at a time, and then see how you're progressing. See if you're starting really strong and then ending weak, or vice versa. I usually tend to, these ones you're supposed to go as hard as you can every time, so you should be dropping your power after each one is like the point. But I know sometimes people like to do intervals where they're kind of swap it. So you'll start off giving a hard effort, but maybe not 100%, and then build on each interval after that. I tend to start out as hard as I can and just do a flip-flop, but that's the way this plan had it, and it specifically said that you know, your power numbers, or if you're tracking heart rate, will start to drop after each one, but that's fine as long as you're giving it 100%. So that was today's ride, and then tomorrow it's actually going to be the exact same workout, and then after that I think they have like a really easy endurance ride to freshen the legs. But basically you're having back-to-back really hard workouts to get like the most bang out of your bucks, best bang out of your legs, to, you know, working your legs while they're fatigued. So I'm really interested to see tomorrow, when I repeat the same session doing 10 reps instead of 9, what my power numbers will be. So I'm hoping, you know, I'll get some good rest today. I made sure my legs were nice and fresh during today, kind of rest them as much as possible. So we'll see tomorrow what each of my numbers are, what I start with and what I end with. And I'm hoping, you know, if they're not, you know, any better, hopefully they're not any worse than yesterday, which means that my legs are still a bit fatigued, which is fine. But, you know, I'm hoping I did good and rested today. Basically riding home, I do have an SD headwind, and I'm trying to go slow, but I feel okay. So I've kind of been pushing a little bit harder than I should, because basically the commute home just adds on to the hour workout. So I rode an hour this morning, and I got another solid 30-40 minutes on the way home. So we'll see. I should be pretty fresh. I feel pretty good. That's just a little overview on today's workout. I'm going to try to at least do the same thing tomorrow. Today I had to work a little bit late, so that's why this one's going to be quick. But tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have a decent vlog and get back to it. All right, hope you enjoyed the ride. Be safe.